This is Tom from Dirk Witte Music Store in Utrecht, the Netherlands, and today we are taking a look at a very cool and very unique Hofner guitar. Actually also a rather modern model from 2006. This is a Hofner Verythin electric semi-hollow body guitar in a very pretty natural / amber finish. Look at that, with all of that very pretty flamed maple. And why do they call it very thin? Because the body is very thin. It is 1.25 inches deep. So I believe that is, like a typical ES type body is 2 inches deep. And so this is, yeah, a lot thinner than that. And you can definitely feel that. It feels kind of unusual, like obviously very thin, but at the same time very comfortable. And it's also very lightweight, so that's also very nice. Very cool model, made by Thomas Stulein. It actually has his name handwritten on the label on the inside of the body of that F right there. So that's super cool. It's kind of like a master builder almost from Hofner, at least from those days. I'm not sure if he still builds today, but this is then also made in Germany. So it is a very high-end electric guitar, and a very cool one at that. Really pretty, and it also sounds and plays very nice. So let's dive into the specs. A little bit hard because there are quite a few of these models made, like in the sense that there are not like a whole bunch, but they are all different. So a lot of them have different style pickups, different hardware. Some of them have a spruce top, some of them obviously different color, different fingerboard material. So it's quite hard to actually kind of find out what we are dealing with here. But what I can definitely tell is that we've got a laminated maple body, obviously in a very beautiful natural / amber finish, with all of that pretty flamed maple. Again, just looking very beautiful. We've got these humbuckers that are stamped with the name Hofner, so I'm guessing that these are just Hofner made humbuckers that are like made by them in Germany. And they look rather typical, apart from the name having stamped into the covers. They also just sound very good, but I could not tell you what these are based off of. I don't know if they're like PAFs, I don't know if they're like very low outputs or maybe high outputs. I'm just not sure, but what I do know is that these sound very good. So we're here so in a few minutes. Just a regular tunematic style bridge with your tailpiece to pair, and then 2 volumes and 2 tone controls for each of your humbucker pickups with a 3-ear pickup selector switch, dual sound holes, obviously, and then your input jack over here on the side. Moving on to the neck, we've got a maple neck, and this has been sanded on the back, as we can definitely tell. It does result in it playing very smooth and very fast, because obviously the body is done in this high gloss type of a finish, and the back is not. So this is like totally matte and satin. So again, it just plays very smooth, but it does definitely affect the look. Kind of like you either love it or hate it, but the former owner did that, and yeah, it's kind of like now the part of this model and of the story of this very cool Hofner guitar. As for the profile, it's quite thin actually. It's kind of like medium to thin. It's not like super thin, like pencil thin, but it is definitely on the more slim side. It's kind of like a C profile. It does feel a little bit flat because it is not that thick. So if you do like those type of necks, like kind of like not very big C-shaped necks, and this neck is probably very nice feeling and playing for you. And then the fingerboard is obviously also bound and is made out of rosewood. We also got these dot inlays that are made out of a pearloid material, and the frets are also in a very nice shape. Not 100% sure if these are original, because they do appear to be like very nicely done, like in a very nice shape. Like I would say definitely like 90+% life left in them, and they're also very smooth, very nicely polished, so this just plays absolutely wonderful. Then moving on to the net, that appears to be original, then appears to be made out of bone. And then we've also got this very unique Hofner headstock. It's kind of like a vine inlay, also then done in a perloid material, or like almost like flowers. Also then there with that logo and with your truss-rod cover. And then we've got these Shure tuners on the back that work very well. And then the last thing to mention, it also comes with its original hard shell case, so that is very nice to see and to have. So you really get the full package with this one. So very cool model, very unique. Also then unique in the sense that these models vary a lot, all with different type of specs, different type of pickups, different type of woods used. So making this really kind of like a very rare model with these type of specs. So yeah, a very cool model at that, and also just cool that this is made in Germany by the folks themselves at Hofner, just like they did in the 1960s and in the 1950s. Also then including with the violin bass, obviously very famously played by Sir Paul McCartney. So yeah, a very cool model, plays and sounds wonderful. So let's get on to that part and hear what it sounds like. But first, if you're interested in this Hofner Verythin semi-hollow body electric guitar from the year 2006, be sure to head over to the links in the description for further details. If you enjoyed this demo, be sure to like the video and to subscribe to the channel for more cool weekly demos of cool electric guitars like these, or cool acoustics, bass guitars even, all of that really cool stuff. Also be sure to like us and follow us on our socials, Instagram and Facebook. Links are also in the description. With all that being said, let's hear what this 2006 Hofner Verythin semi-hollow body electric guitar sounds like. Going to be playing it through the Marshall JTM 45 Bluesbreaker style amplifier. First be playing the clean tones, and then I'll be playing the dirty tones, which I'll be using a Clan non-horsey variant. So let's move on to that part and let's take this Hofner for a spin.